Welcome to Backstage with Geoffrey Morrissey. I'm your host, Geoffrey Morrissey. It's Backstage, it's Boston Calling, and I'm joined by Dan and Spencer from Charly Bliss. How are y'all doing today?
We're great. How are you? I'm Dan.
And I am Spencer.
There we go, there we go. And then so you guys, your work is somewhat done for the day. We'll get into that a little bit later. But you played your set, so who are you looking forward to seeing?
There's a lot of amazing bands playing today. We're hoping to catch Alex G and Big Thief and No Name and
The Killers would be amazing.
Perfume Genius, and yeah, there's like really a lot of bands playing today that are awesome.
There you go, practically the whole bill. That's good. And then so I said you guys are kind of done with your work because you have emo night tonight. You're DJing an emo night.
Word has gotten around. Me and Spencer are DJing emo night, and we will be playing a slew of hits from all eras, mostly the main era you're thinking of.
Early 2000s, for sure.
How did this all come about? How did you guys get asked? And tell me some of the songs that we can expect.
Initially, it was supposed to be all four of us, but unfortunately, Eva and Sam had to catch a plane to Seattle directly after our set today to meet their family. So we're gonna be representing the band tonight, and you can be expecting a lot of My Chemical Romance. You can be expecting a little bit of Hot Action Cop. You can be expecting Man Overboard, Sum 41.
The Used, Blink-182, Green Day. You know, we're not sticking strictly to emo. It's more of like a feeling that we're trying to capture. And we just want people to like have a good time and reminisce about their youth, I guess.
We want people to feel like they're in a Hot Topic, essentially.
In a Hot Topic.
Like a really fun Hot Topic.
Exactly. There you go, there you go. And then when you guys think about sort of reminiscing back to your youth, what would that feeling be for you, I guess, other than Emo Night, the Brighton musical?
Feeling of my youth would definitely be, I would be probably in my room learning how to play songs from Stadium Arcadium on guitar.
Okay, there we go.
I definitely had a moment where I was like trying to play emo music, like in a band. So I definitely, and I feel like I connect to the first time I was ever like watching when they still had music videos on TV, and I would watch MTV and MTV2 and Fuse, and I would discover these bands. It was actually funny. We had a bet earlier this year. We were talking about Alien Ant Farm, and Sam was like, I bet you like $100 you can't name an Alien Ant Farm song that's not Smooth Criminal. And I proved him wrong because I remember seeing the music video for These Days by Alien Ant Farm on Fuse. So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm connecting to that music video on TV phase, which is sadly, you know, not a thing as much anymore.
And you, sir, might be the first person to have made money off of Alien Ant Farm in quite some time. So
well, actually, you know what? We didn't shake on it, so he never gave me the money.
That's true. Damn it. All right, well, that's the lesson. Next time, we got to shake on it. And then, so one of the things I was reading when sort of talking about this LP, Guppy, is that one of the things that makes us unique as a band is we focus on songwriting as opposed to trying to sound a certain way, which I think is a great focus to have. Was that always the case for y'all, or was that something that sort of came about a little bit later?
I think, like, one of the main things that, drew us together initially as a band was a heavy focus on songwriting, specifically just really strong melodies, and just making sure that, in general, the songs were strong on their own, no matter how they were produced, how they were played, just in general, bare bones, these were good songs. So, yeah, it's always been something that's been incredibly important to us as a band, for sure.
Well, there you go. And I know that you guys re-recorded this LP twice, which I'm sure is something that you're sort of sick of talking about by now, but it was for the best reason possible. The fun was missing. The fun was missing from the record. How'd y'all find the fun the second time around? What made this the better take?
I think part of it was we were maybe sort of like trying to be more of like an indie, like cool band. We were worried about being too poppy, and then we realized like the songs we're writing are pop songs, and like, yeah, they have fuzzy guitars, and like we're we're an indie rock band, but I think like when we listened to the first time we recorded it, it was just didn't really. I think it just at the end of the day, it didn't serve the songs. Like I don't think the songs were allowed to shine in the way that they should have.
Yeah, and I think it was just about like making sure that everything just sounded really big. That was like a term that got thrown around a lot when we were talking about recording it the second time, was just making sure everything sounded like very explosive and just larger than life. And I think going into the recording process again, knowing that needed to be at the forefront of our minds definitely helped guide things along.
There you go. That's always good to hear. And then, so this is something that I was interested in. I was reading somewhere that Eva says she could be very vulnerable with her lyrics and treat it as a diary. When y'all aren't writing the lyrics, you don't necessarily have that luxury to be vulnerable through them. So how can y'all sort of be vulnerable and take more risks and sort of put yourself out on a ledge when you're on the stage or when you're recording the music?
I feel like our stage moves are shameless and we just go for it.
Okay.
And I used to be self-conscious about it. You know, I would see pictures online, and I would see my crazy bass faces.
You and Este Haim.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
Dan is in many ways the Este
I
of the band.
truly channel Este. But it's way more fun to watch a band that's having fun on stage. So, you know, you can't worry too much about looking cool. I mean, I'm sure there's some times when we all do stage moves that are like, oh, that probably looked dumb, but at least the best thing you can feel on stage is like in the moment and not thinking about what you look like. So that's like something we aspire to do.
There you go. And then so Spencer assigned you to be the Este if this group was Haim. What would you say that Spencer is, Dan? If you had to assign a Haim sister?
Specifically Haim?
Probably, I mean, I'm definitely not the Danielle. That's for sure. I mean, I'm realistically Alana. I think Sam and Eva both combined to create the Danielle. And yeah, I feel very good about being the Alana Haim of Charly Bliss for sure.
Perfect. And then so this festival takes place Boston Calling Memorial Day weekend. What is y'all's first or favorite memory of making music?
Of making music?
Making or listening, I guess. Yeah, either or.
Oh my goodness.
Since you have me and Spencer here, me and Spencer actually went to summer camp together, and we played in bands when we were like 11, 12, and we covered. I think the first song we ever covered live was "Hitchin' a Ride" by Green Day, and then the catalog was vast and all-encompassing. There was some Radiohead, there was some Vampire Weekend, there was several Red Hot Chili Pepper songs, Incubus.
I honestly would say my highlight, and I genuinely, even if Dan didn't say that, I would immediately go to summer camp as well. We did 2 ska renditions of nursery rhymes.
Oh, there we go.
So we did fully arranged, with horn sections, ska covers of Row, Row, Row Your Boat and Mary Had a Little Lamb. And I think I plateaued in that moment.
Yeah, to be honest, like I'm trying to think of a moment where I was that creative recently. Like, why did we do that? I don't know. It seems like cool. That's kind of cool.
That's cool.
Something
I like
to look
it.
forward to for the next record. I know you guys have a lot to do today. I don't want to take up too much of your time, so I'll leave you with this. Who are y'all listening to right now? Who has your ear?
The go-to answer recently for the band has been Superorganism, who they're awesome. The new Janelle Monáe album came out, which is great. Who else?
Serpent with Feet is incredible.
Serpent with Feet's awesome.
Lorde, like, I know Melodrama came out a while ago, but that has not stopped being on frequent rotation on every tour we've gone on since that record has come out.
So I'm going to stick with this whole Lorde and Melodrama thing. I pick up on something new every time I listen to that record. Do you guys have a favorite song off of that one?
Oh my God,
It changes
Supercut.
every day for me.
Supercut forever.
I think Supercut's, I mean, Greenlight's obviously like the pop banger, but Supercut I think maybe is like the go-to best song. Although on the past tour we were doing a lot of Hard Feelings.
Hard Feelings,
Oh,
I
Hard
think,
Feelings,
is like
Loveless,
the
yeah.
slow burner of that record. Like, the more you listen to it, the more you realize that is like one of the greatest songs on that record for sure.
Yeah, and I'm also going to throw another one in there, the Liability Reprise.
Oh my
God,
God.
every time.
Unreal.
Every time.
We love that, and we also love Jack Antonoff and Bleachers, and we got to play a few shows with Bleachers and became huge fans of Bleachers as well. So.
Well, there we go. I've been joined by Spencer and Dan of Charly Bliss, aka Alana and Este Haim. It's been a pleasure to speak with you both. Have a great rest of the day and kill it at emo night.
Thank you.